So a little bit about you. Where you from? Where was you raised at? And
I mean,
everything?
I was raised all over, I would say, but like I'm originally from Queens, New York. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Obviously, pops Run DMC,
Mm-hmm.
you know, from Hollis, but I'm from all over in Queens, from Jamaica to Belrose to all type of places. And I
Okay.
moved to Jersey. In high school, when my father moved to Jersey, when he went and bought the infamous Runs house, right? When
Yeah.
he, I was in about ninth grade, my second semester of ninth grade, and I wasn't really doing that good in school in New York. I was, being the rebellious 13, 14-year-old child that a lot of us young boys are. And he did the old call my mom's house and I'm taking my son to Jersey to raise him to be a man speech. You know how every kind of dad that wants to be in their son's lives do when they see that they're going down kind of a path that they don't agree with.
Yeah.
And he moved me to Jersey, like I said, in ninth grade. And I rocked out to then. I did my finished high school there. I did two different schools out there.
So you was living with your mom at the time, and then your dad bring.
So what it originally was, we was all originally in Queens. Like,
Okay.
my pops, my mom's, but my parents have been divorced since I was probably like 3-4 years old, right? So
Okay.
if you ever watch Run's House, my mother on the show is my stepmother.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
call her
yeah.
my stepmother because we don't believe in, like, that's my second mother. She's a great,
Right.
you know what I mean, love her. But yeah, we all grew up in Queens, and they were like maybe 10, 15 minutes away from each other. So it was like, go see your dad on weekends, be with your mom during the weekdays. I lived that same life, like I'm pretty sure a lot of kids did, in separated homes, right? And then eventually, Pops wanted to move to Jersey. Literally right after I graduated 8th grade, Pops wanted to move to Jersey. And he asked me if I wanted to come, and I said no, and I stayed with Mom. And I gave him every reason to force me there by not doing good in the school that I was in New York. And essentially he moved me to Jersey. And yeah.
So why did the rebellion kick in, do you think? Because you said you were like rebellious at school, I'm sure getting into trouble. Why do you think that happened?
I don't know. I think I was just being a young boy, you know what I mean? Running around, trying to find who I truly am, especially coming from separated homes of, with my mom, it's like real normal, right? It's like, I'm going to, I don't know, y'all from Philly, but I'm from New York. It's a place called Jamaica Avenue in Queens where you can go shop and all that. But it's like the hood.
Like a South Street here.
Yeah, almost like that. But it's like, they kind of, the Coliseum is now, they took it away now. But yeah, so imagine like, some days I'm on a bus with my friends, the public bus, and I'm doing regular stuff, and then I'm with Pops, and it's more sheltered, right? And it's like I'm more in the house. So it's like two different worlds, you know what I mean? So I think that I was fighting with figuring out who I really am. You know what I mean? I'm running around in Queens when I'm with my mom because I'm getting more freedom to do that. I'm getting less freedom with my pops, even in Queens, because we in a nice big house in the other side of town, and you know what I mean? So that's kind of always felt, but I don't really truly know why I was being rebellious. I started smoking weed at 13 years old. I started having sex at 13 years old. Like, I feel like I did everything at 13 years old. And I don't know, maybe it was just me rushing my, me coming out of childhood, and I wanted to just be grown. I really couldn't pinpoint the rebellious stage. I can't say I was super rebellious. I wasn't toting guns and stuff like that. Hell nah. You know what I mean? But not listening, not getting, homework assignments done, always in detention, staying out late at a certain age where, I'm 14 coming in at 2 in.the morning. That don't make no sense. You know what I mean? So it was just stuff like that he just felt like you're going down the wrong path. And he moved me to Jersey. You know what I mean? And to kind of keep more of an eye on me, I guess.
Okay. All right. So do you think your dad was trying to protect you from the world?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you wasn't able to see that at that age?
No, not at all. Now that I'm older and I have 2 kids myself, I get why parents do what they do and why they work so hard to get out of the predicament that they came from. Yeah. My father came from the hood. He came from Hollis, Queens. He happened to make a way through music, and I think his whole life and still now today, he wants to protect his kids.
Yeah.
He constantly wants to protect his kids, and I think that all he ever wanted to do was protect me from anything that he may have went through or things that he may have seen that was scary for any kid. You know what I mean? So I think ultimately, yeah, I wholeheartedly believe that all he ever wanted to do was protect me.
Okay.
So were you staying, before you went full time with your pops, do you think you were getting two different crowds when you're hanging around your moms and then when you're hanging around with your dads? And you're getting treated different in 2 different areas?
Yeah, I mean, you got to realize, when I moved to Jersey, I'm in a predominantly white school. There's a few black guys, and I met 2 of my best friends in this school, which is ironic. One is from Queens. He got moved out there, too, with his uncle. It's a long story, but, like, he was from the hood. And me and him clicked right away because it was, like, relatability. But, yeah, you're naming, like, on one hand, black kids. So yeah, it's a totally different swag, because when I'm in Queens, I'm seeing more of my race, more of my situation, more of my swag, more of my day-to-day speech. You know how we speak different when you come from certain places. And then I'm going to Jersey, and it's a total like switch. You know what I mean? All these kids are white and wealthy, and I'm not saying I didn't come from wealth because obviously I did, but it was different. It just wasn't the same like how I felt I was, and I did struggle with fitting in. I remember I used to come to Jersey when I moved to Jersey. I used to tell a bunch of the kids like, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to finish school. You know what I mean? Like, a couple of y'all I'm be cool with, but after this is all said and done, I'm probably not gonna know none of y'all because I didn't really come to make friends. I didn't see relatability in a lot of those kids, and thank God that. I wasn't that standoffish because now with this company I have 3 years for, 2 of my co-founding partners are from the high school that I went to. Thank God that my dad made me come to Jersey because now we run a media company with my 2 friends from high school. One's black, one's white, just like you guys, right? So it's a blessing. I think that my pops put me in a perfect position to make the right friends because they say that your circle matters, right? So like. The type of people you're around is the type of person you're gonna become or the type of person you already are. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if you put yourself around successful people or people that are forward thinking, you're gonna be that type of person. But if you put yourself around people that just are lazy, don't wanna do anything, wanna smoke weed all day, and don't really have any plans and goals, you're gonna fall into that same trap.
Right.